listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Sunday, August 15th, 2021. Glad to see you folks here. It's going to be a good show tonight. It is Sunday. I know. I know what tomorrow is. But we're not going to have a case of the Mondays tomorrow. No. Because we're going to have a good time. Some surprises coming up this week. A couple of interviews, not yet 100% confirmed, but should be. So at least we'll have a couple of things going on. Getting that debate set up for Horn and Meyer versus... You'll see. Me, I'm the guy in the middle. I'm gonna, is it mediate? Moderate? Controlate? I'll be one of those people. That should be exciting. I'm not sure what to expect. But I'll make a prediction. Someone will hang up angry. Ooh. No. Yeah. No. I hope that doesn't happen. But I'm predicting it. And that's that. I don't want it to be a very heated discussion where somebody wants to leave the show. You know, they can't handle it. I want them to, everybody just be respectful until disrespected. Somebody disrespects somebody, you expect that other person to get disrespectful back. That's what I'm hoping we can avoid. But it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure of it. Anyway, neither here nor there. Tonight, I got a, an interesting show set up. I just want to look back at some things that were said the last several years. And I want to see how it held up to where we are now. When you look back on the things that were said on TV and in an interview or something like that, sometimes you can see how much bullshit that person gave us up until recently. So I always wanted to do that. We've never done it. Right? We did something similar. Yeah, but not like tonight. I did, yeah. We looked back on just the last couple of months, I think it was. I played just a couple of videos, but I got a lot of videos for this. Just like we did the other night. Guess who said what? By the way, fun show. Was that last night? That wasn't last night. That was a couple nights ago. All right. You're scaring me. Yeah. U.S. officials, the government, I believe, in my opinion, gave us a placebo UFO story. You know what that is? Of course you do. They gave us what they admitted and confirmed UFO videos as evidence. So you think they wouldn't be lying. That's the placebo. We thought we were getting real UFOs, and we didn't. Consider the source, mind you. Consider the source. What's that? Well, hold on, let me take a look. Yeah, it's on. Super chat's on, super stickers. You can help support the show. You know, we do this full time based on you guys. So it is important that, we maintain so we can do this full time. And I'm doing more now. I'm not even going to tell you until it happens. But I am going to push this show out on TikTok. Not the whole show, just portions of it. Reddit. Yeah, I'm doing it. Instagram. Starting tomorrow. You're going to see GUFON everywhere. That's all I'm going to do. Twice a day I'm going to do that. That shouldn't take too long. And then tomorrow, in between the rain, I'm going to the Gulf of Mexico for my USO report that's going in a documentary that me, Third Phase, Dark Hour Paranormal put together. So it should be pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know we're here. I mean, we're not even at 100. Usually we go right by that, right? Am I wrong? Anyway, I don't expect a big crowd tonight. Maybe we'll just do an hour. Even though I have way more than an hour worth of show. Maybe we'll just do an hour. We'll see how it goes. Hey, roll call, everybody. Randall Hill, welcome to the show. JP Adventures, John P., welcome to the show. Zach Diecast Monsu, welcome to the show. JP Best Senor, welcome to the show. Felicia Flores, welcome to the show. Denbub, welcome to the show. Coral Ann, welcome to the show. Samir Mo, welcome to the show. Ricky Delaway, welcome to the show. Aiden McLaughlin, welcome to the show. Eggneck Face, welcome to the show. Justin, welcome to the show. And everybody said they're coming over here. It's Sunday night. What am I doing? Stephen A., welcome to the show. Sky Allen, John P., NAL Warrior, welcome to the show. Lori Fan, welcome to the show. Ballin, welcome to the show. JP Best and you. Welcome to the show. IR Film, welcome to the show. Bob M. Bob Little M. I don't like saying little M, but I always thought about it, so I just said it. But Bob M., welcome to the show. Short Island Smallfoot instead of Long Island. So that shouldn't be Island then. It should be Short Mountains or something. Short Mountains Smallfoot. That'd be too confusing. It's a good thought. I like your style. Very good. Made me think. Rob what? Welcome to the show. And rounding out the rest, Usagi Yami. Sorry, I botched that up. Usagi Nami. Right? Yeah. Don D, welcome to the show. First Floor Audio, welcome to the show. Did I say welcome to the show? Short Island Smallfoot? Wait. Usayagami? Welcome to the show. Larky Derry, welcome to the show. Alright. Pyramid 7, welcome to the show. Hey, barely saw ya. Ben Yorkshire, welcome to the show. Alright. Zofa, can't forget you. Welcome to the show. And also, of course, Mike Johnson, welcome to the show. Of course, Marco. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Prairie Fire, you too. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. Lord Ludicrous Plaid, welcome to the show as well. It's going to be a good one tonight. Coraline, welcome to the show. Andrew Montano, welcome to the show. I don't know if I said it, but I'll say it again. Kingfish Kebab, welcome to the show. I don't feel like I said ya. Michael Franks, welcome to the show. All right. O'Hara, welcome to the show too. Stan the Man, of course. Welcome to the show. Now we start. All right, Hollows D. There you go. That's it. Welcome to the show. Hollows D. Welcome to the show. I just want to let you know. All right. We good? Are we good? The roll call is something that I think takes up too much time if I get crazy, but if I just run through it like I did, I don't know. I think we can keep the roll call in. I've been contemplating getting rid of roll call once we got to a certain number of people here, but I don't know. I kind of like it, and I hate it. I like to address everybody as much as I can. Look, when I go into other shows and, you know, sometimes they skip right over you. Like, you're right there. You went and skipped over me on purpose? I don't understand. If I did that to you, I'm sorry. I try not to. But now I understand why that happens. What the hell? Hold on a second. Oh my God, that was weird. I just saw... I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. Hold on, I'm going to double check. That... Wow. That was weird. Nah. I like it though. I like what just happened. High strangeness here at the Giordano residence. So GUFON means Giordano's UFO network or greatest UFO network. I get that asked quite frequently. And just want to address it for those of you who think you know what it means. It is, but it wasn't intended to be a play off of MUFON. It's never been that. I came up with it just saying maybe I'll change the AZ UFO show to another name, and I go, I don't know, something like MUFON, and I go, I'll do GUFON, Giordano's UFO network, and then immediately right after I said, oh no, that's too much like MUFON, I'm not doing that, and then somebody else said, GUFON's good, man, and I'm like, yeah, it's not bad, it's okay, it's too much like MUFON, so I never went with it. And then some 10 years later, William Pattison, a big fan of the show, a good friend, since the beginning, actually, of the AZ UFO show, if you can believe it, comes up with GUFON Facebook page. And I said, okay, I'll let it go. This is when I was the paranormal code. But I didn't like the paranormal code. Every time I said, welcome to the paranormal code, it's like every other show has the word paranormal in it. No offense to those of you who have the word paranormal, but I wanted to do something different. So that was as close as it came. And then everybody's like, you should change the name of your show to GUFON if you really want to change it, because that's what I was saying at the time, just like I was doing the last couple months. But now I've decided to keep GUFON. And I think I don't know if I like it, but I'm better than where I was before I went to California. But because so many people liked it, and I said, you're just saying that. You're just saying you like it because you want me to change the paranormal code to GUFON because you know I don't like that either. You think it's funny. That's what I was thinking. That's the paranoia in me. And people are like messaging me privately like, no, I'm being 100% serious. You should do it. And I go, I know, I can do it. But if I do it, everybody's going to think it's goofing. You know, oh, he's a goofball. I don't want that. That's why I don't like it. But because MUFON has been so awful with their decisions in the last few years, including the new director, I think it's actually better than I think it is. And GUFON can mean a lot of different things. But what it really means is doing what it takes to get to the truth. Doing what it takes. Everybody's nice, right? Everybody's nice. Nobody's like asking super hard questions anymore. It's very rare. I had third phase of MUFON. I'm not talking about our group. I'm talking about, but there's a reason for that. They're friends. They don't want to make their friends uncomfortable. I never had a problem with that. And I don't know why they do. But just because Lou Elizondo's your friend, or you really like Jeremy Corbell and you want him on your show, don't forget, you still have a job to do. But then you look at the show and you see that they don't ask hard questions to anybody they like. Only the people they don't agree with. That's bad. And people who come on my show who are friends, they know that I might ask something they're not happy with. But just know that it has to be asked. I wouldn't be doing my job. So I find a lot of these shows only doing their job when it suits them. When it goes towards who they like, they're not doing their job. And that is 80% of the podcasts out there. And I've been watching a lot of them, and my goodness. I see confusion, a lot of confusion. Like, people are scared. Like, they're saying, how do I word this so you don't get mad at me? I've heard that like 3 times. I'm like, bro, you don't have to keep saying that. The guy knows. How can I word this without you getting upset? I know I've done it before. With Michael Horn, I said it, but he was already upset. It's a different context. I'm just saying, if you're having a calm conversation with somebody, and you can bring up, hey, I got a controversial question to ask. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask the question. But you know what? Your friend who's on your show already knows that could happen and is expecting it. But even if he's not, he's still expecting it. He's always expecting the hard question. Don't be afraid to ask it. That's my point. And if you're afraid they're not going to come back on your show, you shouldn't be doing this. I've never had anybody deny coming on the show other than Jeremy Corbell not answering. But I'm talking like the big heads. You know, the traditional. By the way, asked for Greer to come on. And I don't know if that's going to happen, but he's not able to. Apparently, he's not available till end of September, October. But I was thinking of getting him on the show. Yeah, I've got questions. I've got questions I want to ask Greer. Yep. And when I met him out in Arizona for the CE5 event, I didn't have time. He was being whisked away to other things. The only thing I could say is, hey, nice to meet you. Thank you very much for doing this. And that's it. Something like that. I don't plagiarize myself. You know, that's the only time you can plagiarize. If it's yourself. Yeah. You ever think of that? This is a crazy world we live in. We don't want to offend our friends because they may never come back on the show. Anyway, I've been running with the theme all week. Try not to laugh. I don't think I did it yesterday, did I? I don't know. But I like to laugh. These are funny. I want to continue where we left off. Here we go. From ZEDUCATION.
Oh, no, I don't think so. She decided to sanitize the person putting their luggage in the bin because they were too close to her.
That's right. If you're gonna get in my space, I'm gonna spray you with my sanitizer.
She says, that's right. Yep, that's like it's a good idea. You're on a plane. You were on a plane surrounded by people. You had to be crammed together to people to get on there as well. Not to mention, planes use a percentage of recycled air while flying at that 30,000 plus altitude. You're an idiot.
The day that we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Okay.
Good morning. Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take.
It's always good to keep these things fresh in people's minds. You know, that was about a year ago, I believe.
Yeah.
Nancy is a year further along in her progression, just like Joe, which is very alarming. Very alarming. So he got thrown into the Jenga?
Oh, Jenga. It's got to be a big one or something. Oh, it is. No, it wasn't.
I don't know what you did to deserve that, or if you even deserved it at all, but, humiliating.
You know, I'm so glad this year is way different than last year. I mean, Trump's no longer in office. We don't have to deal with any more, mean tweets or anything, but, I'm just so glad that I'm not able to buy a house right now. Who the f*** needs those? $100 for gas? Sure! I am so glad everybody voted blue. Hello, 911? Oh, you can't help me? Yes. Yes. That's what I like to hear. Oh, do you see how dumb you people sound?
I had to play that. That's funny. That is really funny. All right, so we got, hey, what is this? Lisa Marie with a $5 sorry I'm late. Hi, everyone. Super chat. Waves. Pops down. Hi, Richie. Hi, Lise. Thank you for $5, but, mucho gusto generoso. Lisa Mariso? You're very nice. Are you kidding me with the $5? Come on now. All right. Thank you very much. Glad you made it. You didn't miss anything. No. We don't do anything here that's important. You know that. I'm not breaking open any fake COVID Admiral Wilson files. You know, there's more coming. I heard there's more Admiral Wilson files. Hey, when the story dies, just make up more. It's kind of like the country. We need some money. Yeah, just put another 2.7 trillion down. We'll be fine. It's not even 3 trillion. All right, we kept it under 3 trillion. Forget about the 300 billion. God almighty. All I want is $1 million. That's it. Just give me $1 million. That's all I need. $1 million take the taxes. 700,000 I'll take home. No, you know what? I want the $1 million because if the government's giving it to me, they can't tax me on it. Bullshit. It's the IRS. Same thing. Hey. Hey. I can't get over to you. That was weird. Another weird anomaly. Mario UFO with a 2-pounder. Hi, Rich. Like the hat. Do you? Well, thank you very much. I'll take the compliment. I have mixed feelings about it, but thank you very much. Mucho gusto e generoso, Mario UFO. Grazie. You guys are sweet. Thank you very much. All right. So let's get this. We've got a lot. So let's go. All right. I got an interesting little story. It's about ball lightning. I love me a ball lightning story, but I'm looking for something that was similar to the experience my wife and I had in 2004. So far, I haven't seen it, but this is interesting. I only watched the first 20 seconds, and I said, oh, that could be good for the show. So here we go. Little scream? No.
This is the National Weather Service's Lightning Safety Awareness Week. TV6's Dustin Bonk met with a family today who had a close encounter with a rare phenomenon called ball lightning, which entered their home. The event happened about 30 years ago, but the Vachon family says they'll never forget it.
White bluish ball come floating out of that room.
Joe Vachon of Gwyn came up close and personal with ball lightning. He and his wife Rose were entertaining friends on a hot August.
All right, that volume is suspiciously low. Hey, that's okay. Tony Ricci, $5 super chat. Keep on keeping on, paisan. Hey, grazie. Mucho gusto. Thank you very much, Mr. Ricci. You did the right thing. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Come on, paisan. It was the right thing to do. I have to do something different for all the super chats and stuff. Thank you very much, man. Super generoso. Grazie. Grazie. $5. Very nice. Oh, what's this I see in the chat? I've seen ball lightning, Stan the Man says, a.k.a. an orb summer of grade 2 going into grade 3. Oh. I like, man. I got to tell you, the one that my wife and I saw was in the house, just like these people. I don't know if you heard the story, but I don't know the time.
State in 1980.
It's so low, the volume.
Drink when he turned around.
I could see a light white blue ball.
And there it was.
You're speechless when it happens. You don't experience anything except what's going in your eyes. I was just staring. I was in awe.
The ball entered the room from the hallway, floated about a foot off the ground,
yes!
and touched the TV, disabling it. The whole event took about 15 seconds.
Crazy.
When the ball came into contact with the TV, it imploded with a deafening bang, and it shook the house.
Wow.
It was just a very low.
It imploded and gave off a sonic boom or something. Oh my God, that is super similar to what my wife and I saw. We saw ball lightning. Nah, it's impossible. Impossible. Was not ball lightning. It went in the closet, it came back out, it stopped in front of the mirror in the bathroom, then it stopped and it did some sort of thing, like it turned to look at us or something. No. And then it goes back outside. Ball lightning, it's aliens. They're taking a ride and they're sucking the energy up and they put themselves in a plasma ball. No? All right. Hey, I'm reaching here.
Loud bang.
Turn the volume up.
And poof, it was gone. And everybody's kind of just standing there staring at each other, looking.
They describe it as about the size of a soccer ball floating silently in the air. Joe says it was a bright blue and white. It looked more like liquid.
Oh my God, I can't believe what I just heard. That's what we said.
According to the American Meteorological Society, ball lightning is rare, so online footage is scarce and often low quality. The Vashons have no footage of their encounter, but Joe says he'll never forget it.
If I was the only one that seen it, I probably wouldn't even talk about it.
What if it wasn't ball lightning? They didn't know. They were all inside the house. Are you hearing what just happened? That's the same thing that happened to my wife and I. It woke us up. They saw an alien. I don't know. I don't know, man. Touch the TV. Ours went by the TV. Didn't even acknowledge it. Maybe because it wasn't on. Maybe. Can you imagine? You and your friends are having a party and a ball of electricity that looks like liquid. It's a soccer ball size. So, it's 6 to 8 inches across, whatever that is. What is it? 10? 10 inches. That's phenomenal to me. That's a UAP, right? Isn't it? Yeah, but this wasn't anytime soon, I think. How long ago did this happen? Well, I have one camera in the home, I guess. Yeah, let's see. I think this happened a while ago. It doesn't say. I don't know. Well, this was put up in 2013. Okay. So 8 years ago. See? So 8 years ago, oh, I offended you? I'm sorry. It's par for the course, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I offend anybody. I just tell it like it is. I'm sorry. I really am. What do you want from me? What am I supposed to do? Not be me? I can't do that anymore. I can't try to be somebody I'm not. If I offend people, well, that's how conversations get started. I believe that you need to be offensive sometimes to get the point across. Whether it's intentional, non-intentional, sometimes people are more sensitive than other people and don't think that's at all offensive. Whatever it was, I'm not talking about your situation with me. But as somebody who is looking at something and somebody who's experienced certain things and someone who interviewed, experienced, been on locations for several things, I haven't found anything yet. Very little. But nothing I can hold. You know what I mean? EVPs, dots. Nothing more than reflecting balloons, maybe. I don't know. But I don't have it. But I'm trying, and I understand all the mistakes that are being made out there. I've put the time in. So I think my opinion, although offensive sometimes, it's warranted. I think it needs to be out there. I can't be the only one who thinks this way when it comes to certain things. Hey, I want to thank William CURRS-NUNDRUM for this funny video that he made. It's called Dr. Stephen Greer versus Lou Elizondo. Who will win? And this is from Will Conundrum. The link will be in the description after the show's over. But take a listen, take a look, and you decide who won this debate.
Hey, baby, I'm a freak. I'm a freak for nature. I believe in life and life thereafter.
I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull!"
When are you goody-goody fools going to understand? I am completely and utterly evil. I live to be bad. I care for no one and no one cares for me. I'm through toying with you, He-Man. His memory to now disappear. Doorway, now prove that Skeletor is clever.
Dream on. Forcing honest men and women to do your dirty work. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Honest men do an honest day's work, or I destroy their village.
You who are called He-Man, why did you not allow your enemy to be destroyed? Even though Skeletor is my enemy, I couldn't allow him to perish. I believe in the sanctity of all life. Even Skeletor's? Even Skeletor's. So be it. The decision is made.
Hey, baby, I'm a freak.
I hope that song isn't copywritten, but thank you very much for making that, and it is very funny. I've seen it a couple of times already. I love it. The only thing, and this has nothing to do with the way you made it, I just wish the mouthing could have been a little better, a lot better. But other than that, the script was good. It was funny. I thought I did good. And Greer's mouth sometimes looked very funny. It's good stuff, man. Yeah, go over there to Will CURRS-NUNDRUM, CARR-Nundrum. He's putting it all together. Making the funny. Hey, South Point! 1360 with a $5 super chat. WW2, 4.3 trillion in today's money. 2 bills at 4.7 trillion in today. For today? Where's the World War? That's a lot of money. That's true. They're going to use it. I really don't know. But that is one hell of a super chat comment. I don't know, man. UFOs? Shh. Just give us $1 billion of that to UFO research. $1 billion. $1 billion a year should be good. This way you get more people. Thank you, South Point 1360. Super mucho gusto, generoso. With the super chat, so... Hope I didn't miss any. I'm searching. No. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, everybody. All right. We're moving along here. So, I've been trying not to say so. Mick West. I wrote an email. Oh, I'm sorry, a Twitter DM to Mick West. But I haven't sent it yet. And I was going to invite him on the show. Did I send it? I did. I think I did. No, it doesn't show I did yet. But I was going to ask you guys, would you want me to interview Mick West? Because I was I got the message all set up. All I got to do is hit enter and invite him on. I think it would be a good conversation. I would have alien scientists come on if he'd like to shoot the breeze with him. I would ask him too. Yeah. I want the age-old question answered by both of those guys. Is there such a thing as gravity? Because some physicists and scientists I'm learning now, there's two of them that I know of that say gravity doesn't exist. They don't know what it is, but it's not gravity. He explained it. I can't remember all that. I think it would be good. Yeah, I think it would be good. Yeah, get him on. Get him on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then it's done. I'll ask him. Oh, I'm going on Alien Girl Uno 1 next week, next Sunday. Yeah, we're going to go on at, I believe, this time. Next Sunday. There's not supposed to be a Sunday GUFON anyway, but I may do something earlier in the day. Saturday and Sunday is going to be a little different every time you go. I don't know. I'm just going to go on random times on the weekends. Feel it out. But I think this Saturday coming up, I don't know, man. I know everybody's going out and doing stuff, but I like it when there's no sun. I like doing a show when it's dark. I don't like doing it when the sun's up. So, I don't know. Just, we'll see how I feel. That's what we're going to do. But I wanted to really shake hands with the people in the UK while they're awake. They've been asking for a very long time. So I think this Saturday I will go on earlier. That would be probably 3 o'clock my time, 3 Eastern. That'd be 8 o'clock their time. All right. Just letting everybody know. And don't forget to subscribe to GUFON. I appreciate you guys that are doing that. And, you know, we're trying to go every single day of the week. That's the new thing. And not only go every single day from 1.5 to 2 hours, sometimes 2.5. Also doing TikTok and all these other things. Patreon, got to make videos for them. Third Phase UFO Report. Patreon. I know, I was going to say patronage or something like that. But full-time, it should be full-time, so no more pussy farting around. We got to grow GUFON. We have to. We got to put the word out there. We got to get guests, good guests. We need to step it up. That's all. All right. Got a lot left, so let's go. I want to look back. I've got a shnikey load of videos to go over. A lot of them. Wow. And I want you to take a look at these, and then we're going to go back and forth. We'll talk about these things and see where they fit today. Like, you know, so-and-so said this. Does that make sense with what happened over the last 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 years? I just want to see if things kind of match up. Watch UFO report vindication for man who tracked 1994 sightings on radar. What?
Now to tonight's target.
All right, let's take a look at this. I don't know why I chose this video. Here we go. In 3, 2, a goosh.
Date investigation. Our investigators are getting a West Michigan take on the federal government's change of heart about UFOs. The government went from denying unexplainable sightings to admitting people are seeing things that nobody can identify and releasing military video of some of them.
It wasn't like that, though, in 1994, when strange lights lit the sky over the lakeshore. Tonight, our Target 8 investigators are discovering how that sighting changed the lives of the people who watched it, and the government's new attitude, what it means to them.
Here's Target 8 investigator Henry Erb.
My God, I need to watch these before I play them. I didn't know they were going to give a 40-second preamble to all that. Is that the right word? It's a preamble, right? Preamble. I love that word, preamble. Hold on. There we go. You got to put that banner up or else you're done. So we're going to go out. Who's the guy? Barry? Barry, what do you got for us, Chief?
Today's 3/8/94. The time 21:30 hours. We're right there in the sky. This is something we've never seen before.
Unexplained lights over Holland on March 8th, 1994. Strange stuff.
Wow, I don't remember this. Do you guys remember this sighting?
Didn't look like a plane or anything else people are used to. Had them calling 911.
911? Okay, I don't know if you guys do anything on UFOs at all. They were at least 4 lights.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. So 4 lights, Holland. Here it says, Holly was where Holland family was at. There have been a series of strange sightings across southwestern Michigan and beyond. It says, I wasn't thinking UFO or anything like that, she said. I just wanted someone to come and see what that was anyway. And it's hard to read the rest of this here. All right, here we go.
Like Christmas lights. Holly Graves' family watched for 20 minutes from their front yard.
Oh my God!
Colored lights slowly roll.
And then where's the video? 1994. Shit. There weren't any smartphones. And flip phones and pagers were still popular. So, damn. God. So that brings another question. Do the aliens... I can't believe I'm asking this stupid question. Do aliens know what kind of technology we have that they can show themselves for longer periods of time? Like nowadays, well, I guess that's bullshit question. Of course they know. They know everything we have. But why is it always that way? Same with the poltergeists and stuff. Oh, it lifted Johnny up off the floor by 5 feet. Threw him 8 feet across the floor. Did you get it on camera? Huh? Did you get it on film? No. The camera was knocked over. Yeah, knocked over. You never get to hear, you never get to see the fantastic stuff we hear. And here's another one. She's watching it for 20 minutes. And nothing on video? Makes me so mad.
Rotating.
When all of a sudden my son just started
Ufology
screaming,
should be illegal.
You know, get out here, you gotta see this. All the way from Ludington.
It was a big sighting. There was a lot of news coverage. And for a while, Holly kept her kids out of school.
And they just went through a really hard time.
Wow. So let's take a look at this real quick. That's amazing. Her kids were teased so much at school that she wouldn't let them go to school for 2 days or so. Would that happen today? If that happened today, I'd be surprised. But the kids teasing, would that still happen? Yeah, there's always an asshole out there. So, drink. I said so, and every time I say so, you gotta drink. I got something in my eye. Oh, I see. It's my eyeball. I'm all right. I'm okay. That sucks. I don't know if I can play any more of it. Yeah, I'll play 18 seconds.
Because they know what they saw, but it's like everybody still laughed at you.
People forget.
Oh, so they can't, the kids are pussies, right? They're snowflakes. Can't take a couple of jabs. Hey, Johnny saw aliens. No, I know I did. You know I did. It was on the news. You probably got anally probed. Shut up. I did not. Yeah, you didn't even know it. Shut up. That's what happened. Johnny got anally probed. Johnny got anally probed. Shut up, you guys. Take off running. Backpack and all the pens flying out the top. Then he trips and falls. And then they come over and they curbside him. Stomp right on his head. Done. Now you can go see those UFOs. All right, next. Okay, this is only a couple of months old, and I hate it already. I'm surprised it's even
781.
All right, you know what this one's about. But let's take a listen. This comes from the Today Show. Let's see where it compares with this. It's 2.5 months old. That's it. 2.5 months. Actually, it's 3 months. But when this video came out. In 3, 2, a gosh.
One just sped up to 46 knots, 50 knots.
This morning, the sound of U.S. Navy sailors reacting to a radar screen tracking unidentified objects flying around their stealth ship.
138 knots. Holy going fast.
At times, the radar lighting up with 9 objects.
Sorry, I had to take a vape. The guy goes, 138 knots. That's fast. All right, now I knew that. I am 100% convinced this is all bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm telling you. And I want you to listen to this. This is very important, and this goes out to Jeremy Corbell especially. Something fishy's going on with those videos, and I think I know what it is, and I may be wrong. But is it possible that Jeremy Corbell has people making these videos for him? It's not against the law. He could be faking it all. That's why nothing looks like it's supposed to. What if they're making it? Oh, what about the FLIR video? Well, that could be a legitimate flare in the ocean video. But the audio and the sound effects could have been added in. Overlaid the video, boom. You have a whole new narrative. Because what he's saying doesn't make sense. That's not fast. Translating 138 knots, what is that? How many miles per hour? 100? 120? No, there's something wrong with those videos. It's got to be that. I'm telling you. In terms of miles per hour, how fast is 138 knots?
138 knots is 158.808 miles per hour.
160 miles an hour. Where are we today with this? Let's listen in a little more.
It could be similar to those captured on night vision and infrared video, swarming warships for nearly a week in July of 2019, then disappearing without a trace.
That one's pretty much perfectly 000 relative, right? Yeah.
At one point, 2 objects suddenly vanishing from the screen, something experts say can happen with smaller targets. But the man who released the leaked video, Jeremy Corbell, says it might suggest the objects went above or below the radar range.
It's moving above the capacity for that radar to see it, or they're moving below, which would mean into the water.
Earlier this month, the filmmaker released another...
He's got vocal fry. Into the water. It could have went into the water. He's got vocal fry. That's a California thing. He's totally Californian. Listen.
To the water.
Earlier this month.
To the water. It's like you just got done pushing.
Earlier this month, the filmmaker released another.
I mean, into the water.
Earlier this month.
Into the water. So we know. Drink. I can't say that word anymore, so I'm trying to break it. Got into a bad habit of it. We don't know anything about this video. There was a guy who, somebody finally did it, got a radar operator to go over what we're looking at on the screen, you know? All this, the data that was showing up, remember? He was able to tell us what it should say over on the right and left and all over, because it was all blurred out. Like, you can't read any of that stuff. All of this stuff is slightly distorted. Anyway. Next! So where are we today with that video? I know I said it. What have we learned? Nothing. Nothing.
Whoa, that's good.
We've learned nothing. Here's the next video. This one was from May 17th. All right. Well, that's when they went over it. I thought I have some older ones in here.
Whoa, it's getting close.
On a pitch black night off the coast of California, newly leaked video allegedly shows one of the U.S. Navy's stealth ships tracking an unknown object in the sky. And after a few minutes,
Splashed. Mark bearing and range.
The 2019 footage obtained by filmmaker Jeremy Corbell, who last month released a...
Why couldn't they have made all that? Why couldn't they have made it? You know what I mean? Why couldn't somebody have this actual video? Maybe it is a flare. Maybe it's an airplane. Whatever it is, I'm just telling you it's not a UFO, right? They have it on their FLIR. They get this 30 seconds, 1 minute of video. Remove the audio and insert the splash, do all that, make it sound like they're in a metal ship, you know? It could be that. It could be. I don't know. That's the whole thing. These videos are so bad. I would think that nobody would... Why would anybody give Jeremy Corbell top secret UFO footage? Unclassified now, whatever it is. Well, the reason is because it's shit. It's nothing. That's why. And then what's the narrative on these videos? They saw a fleet of them. Remember on this one, there was 11 to 14 of them. The one with the radar, there was many of them. I don't know, it was a lot. But they were swarmed by them. But we don't get to see the swarm or the fleet. Do we? No. So where are we now with this video? Nowhere. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. The newer stuff I don't really care that much about. Because we haven't gotten anywhere with it. We could break up the monotony, but I want to, let's see. All right, this is interesting. Let's see. This was from June 6th, before the 180 days. This is the Gutfield show. Greg Gutfield, Fox guy. I want to hear what they have to say about UFOs. And I haven't listened to this yet. I don't know. I just found it today, so here it is. Drink. 3, 2, 1.
What did Obama know about UFOs? A new government report is keeping the unidentified in unidentified flying object. U.S. intel officials say they found no evidence that the weird things Navy fighter pilots have been seeing recently are alien spacecraft, but they say they can't rule it out either. Way to take a stand, intel guy. On video, the strange objects moved in ways that defied logic, then plummeted at 40,000 miles per hour. Religions would pop up, and who knows what kind of arguments we get into. Systems to defend ourselves. New religions would pop up, and who knows what kind of arguments we get into. Interesting. Officials said none of the 120 incidents they examined were the work of the U.S. military, although they haven't ruled out technology experiments from Russia or China. Well, that's comforting. But if China says they aren't responsible, their word is good enough for me. Kat, you've tried
a quality human. And if I'm not, that's actually a huge reflection on your judgment. Thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I think there aliens are probably out there, maybe. Because why wouldn't there be? You know, and if the government says, maybe, maybe not. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yes.
How would they know?
They couldn't even figure out.
So, damn it! I can't stop saying it. Anyway, that was interesting to hear what she said, I think. Oh yeah, I gotta keep that off. I thought that was interesting. She thinks they're real and actually said that the government is probably hiding it from us, keeping it a secret. Interesting. Who's next? Comedian?
Say what it isn't. It's also
an Elf burger.
But I question, if they don't know what it is, how can they possibly say what it isn't?
That's a wonderful point. It is. Wonderful point. Yeah, I'm getting a little depressed right now, too. A little bit depressed. I have a video here. And I don't know where it is, and I'm getting very frustrated. But it was a a very good debunking on the 3 videos. The gimbal, the go fast, and Tic Tac. And I think it was in a tweet, but I'm looking for it as we speak. Here's something funny. Yeah. All right, if I come across it, fine. I'll look for it later. Anyway, let's see how old this one is. This is from June 25th, the day the report was released. Let's hear about this. Let's hear what they said. This is interesting.
Government releasing its highly anticipated report on UFOs. Officials say they have no explanation of the cases reported by military planes, writing, quote, in a limited number of incidents, unidentified aerial phenomena reportedly appeared to exhibit unusual flight characteristics. These observations could be the result of sensor errors, spoofing, or observer misperception, and require additional rigorous analysis or
All right. Did you hear that? Can you believe this? In a limited number of incidents, UAP reportedly appeared to exhibit unusual flight characteristics, so they're talking about the ones they can't explain. These observations could be the result of sensor errors, spoofing, or observer misperception. Oh no, it definitely can't be aliens. Of course it would be a sensor error, because, you know, that's what sensors do. They do give you inaccurate readings. There would be an error, of course. Why wouldn't there? Spoofing? That's a broad stroke of the brush if I've ever... Spoofing? How? How? Is that the same as sensor error? observer misperception. So the UFOs that are supposedly legitimate, that, we can't figure out, it's got to be sensor error, spoofing, or misperception. Of course. Great, we've learned a lot. That's what the report said. It did, and require additional rigorous analysis. That's your report.
Analysis. But they added this: the objects, quote, clearly pose a safety of flight issue and may pose a challenge to U.S. national security. A lot of bureaucratic speak there. Here to sort it out is UFO expert Nick Pope. Nick, thanks for being with us.
No! He's not an expert. Damn it! Stop saying that. There are no experts. Nick Pope is way less an expert than me. I should be sitting there. I'm not even joking about this anymore. This guy doesn't have any real-life UFO experience, even carried a camera hunting UFOs. I worked at the MOD. Who gives a shit? Yeah, 20 freaking years ago. Sit down. You haven't brought anything to ufology since. Unbelievable. And we still go to this guy because he'll pick up the phone and talk to everybody.
Expert Nick Pope. Nick, thanks for being with us. Your reaction to this highly anticipated but not very exciting, apparently, report that we're getting today.
Well, it's fascinating. I've just had a quick read through. It really was made available, I think, literally only.
It is a quick read. I mean, it is.
Moments ago, and it's interesting. It's a mixed bag. It's a long way of saying, and it's about 9 pages of saying we don't know what these things are.
Oh boy.
Well, the U.S. government has released an eagerly awaited report on unidentified.
Let's hear what this guy says.
Flying objects.
See if it's different.
The federal government is unable to explain as many as 143 objects encountered by military aircraft in the last several decades. Despite speculation in social media, the report does not suggest aliens might be behind the sightings, but it does say that identifying the objects or phenomena may be beyond the existing means of the American military.
That's not LNS though, is it?
Same thing. So far, right? Same thing.
Notions from a sci-fi movie. So why is the government taking them so seriously?
Well, because at the end of the day, it's their job. I mean, if there's something zipping around the airspace of a country...
Because it's fake. They don't know. These people don't know what the hell's going on in reality. They have no idea. Absolutely not. Come on, where are the videos that I had set up? This is weird. Yeah, I can't explain it. There were supposed to be old ones here too, and I don't have any. I don't know why. I really don't. I'm not even going to worry about it. We're just going to work the show as best we can. Hey, you know what is still being brought up is Oumuamua. Do you care anymore about Oumuamua? I don't. I'm done with it. It's completely over for me. I think it was just a piece of rock. I don't think it was an alien ship. Yes, it had strange characteristics. It sped up when it should have slowed down. I get all that. I get it. But you don't know the properties of Oumuamua, so for them to even suggest it's possibly an alien ship of some sort, it's almost silly. It is. It's silly. But it's part of the culture now. Everybody still, it's in the back of their mind. We're going to wait for Oumuamua 2 to come around. So I thought, you motherless. Drink. 3, 2, 1. Wouldn't it speed up being pulled in by the sun's gravity and slingshotting it outward at a faster rate of speed? That's what I thought they did in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, when they had to go get the 2 whales. All right? I don't understand why this is something that seems out of nature, out of touch with what we expect something to do. Yeah, we know everything. We know everything. We know every rock out there. And anything that comes within the distance of the sun, our star, we know everything about it. We've got studies on it. No, you got nothing. But here, Avi Loeb's going to explain why I think it went faster.
Leaves.
I don't need to dance.
This was discovered. It was so exciting back in October 2017. It was...
Thanks for telling me something I already know. Hey, can we talk about the Galileo project again real quick? Is it me? Now, I've read into it a little more. And they want to purchase a certain type of telescope that each platform around the world will be using. And I think they're all going to be tied in together, looking at different points of the sky and going into this computer system, detecting UFOs. You need people to be at the posts, right? Somebody needs to be there all night long. No? You mean no. These things just can't be run on a computer system by themselves every night. And as many as they want to get all around the world, they are using technology that I think won't work. And I'll tell you why. Telescopes look great distances. Let's just say from here to Pluto. No, let's go outside. Let's start on Pluto and go out interstellarly to Andromeda. So from here to Andromeda. So let's say we're looking, I know, drink, straight out with this telescope, and we're on a pinpoint location. Maybe pick something by a star, whatever. But everybody's going to have a location to stare at. Right? What about everything in between? From between Andromeda and that point of origin that you're staring at. Because the goal for the Galileo project is to not look for planets, but to look for actual spacecraft. And to do that, I think you would need to look near planets that are similar. Well, it could be any planet, I guess. It really wouldn't matter at this point. But I think if you point your telescope in these areas, it's possible that one of these may drift in front of your telescope. Is that what they're trying to do? Exactly, Stardust Surfer. And then triangulate it and confirm it. Thank you. Same thing SETI does with messages and all that, right? Thank you. And then confirm it. But I think that it is, if he got 100 telescopes doing this, it's still looking for a very tiny needle in a very enormous haystack. Not a needle. I mean, they're looking for... I don't see how they're going to find anything ever. And I know. You got to play to win. So why not try it? I'm all for it. I don't want it to be abused. I don't want it to be made fun of by these people. I want it to be taken seriously. And I don't know who's going to be running these other telescopes. You can't vet every single person, you know, background checks and all this shit. Doesn't matter. A person's a person. I know they have to validate it with two other points to triangulate it. Thank God. But what I'm saying is, I hope they don't lie about doing that. You know what I mean? Or you have somebody who doesn't know what they're doing and they can't triangulate. I guess they'll be... You got to learn. I mean, yeah. I just don't... Mario UFO, he's going to look in our own atmosphere too? Oh, yeah. Really? I must have missed that. I don't know, man. Like, why bother? All right. That I like. I like it a lot, actually, and I'll tell you why, Mario. Thank you very much. Mario UFO, good question. And good statement. You know why that's good? Because we see a lot of things that we think may be living in our own atmosphere. Some of these objects, they're like octopus. They just blend in. You know? They blend in with the background. Can't see them. The shutdown of telescopes in 2012 ever explained? 2012? I don't remember 2012. I remember the Sunspot Observatory a year or two ago, right? Was it last year? 2012, all the telescopes. Why does that sound familiar to me? Why does that sound familiar? Cindy Lou. I don't know, but I have to get back to you on that. I do remember that. Let's see. Chris, we are looking at the past. We are that far away. Now, there might be spaceships everywhere. Oh, yeah. Good frickin' point. Yeah, the light we see, it's taking forever to get here. What? From Andromeda, what does the light take? 40 years? 80 years? 100 years? How many light years away is Andromeda?
The Andromeda galaxy is about 2,537,000 light years from Earth.
Oh my God! If we wanted to go to speed of light to Andromeda, it's 2.5 million years! Wow! I guess I never knew that. Oh my God! Well, we ain't going anywhere. Yeah. We're never getting off this planet for interplanetary unless we can find the loop, the connection. What's this? Matthew Brown at GUFON and Cindy Lou. They blamed it on a pedo. No. That's not in 2012. That's 2019, 2020 is the pedo. That was the Sunspot Observatory. There was only one that was shut down. And that was the same time. Oh, that was 2017. Yeah, that was when Oumuamua was coming around. Wormhole, yeah. Hey, Tim Tintin. What's up, man? How you doing? So, drink. All right, I have an idea for the last half of the show, and I almost forgot. There's so much more of these clips. There's so many more clips I have to play. But I thought maybe we should do something else. What's that? Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, here's, we can do this. Twitter. This comes from Summoning the Shift. Scientists looking for aliens without employing the people who attract them is like NASCAR team without a qualified driver thinking the lead engineer is going to win the race. It's not impossible, but a pretty inefficient approach, if not downright ignorant and stupid. Okay, so what he's saying is scientists that are looking for aliens that don't get the people who can attract the aliens to work with is stupid because they'll never attract aliens. So if a scientist, I know, drink, if a scientist doesn't work with somebody who says they can channel aliens, will fail at finding aliens. That's what he's saying. So you have to get, I know, drink. Then you would have to get Robert Bingham and Prophet Yahweh to work with scientists. That's the only way. Nah, I love these people, man, on Twitter. Summoning the Shift. Come on, man. That to me was just funny. All right. Here's one from Wu-Tang. Remember how the Rendlesham Forest incident left Peniston with binary code that, when decoded, gave coordinates to a sunken city from the past? What? I don't remember that. Could aliens be using these cities' remaining structures as base camps? Oh my God. Really? So the aliens drink. The aliens are going to use old, broken down structures in the ocean. Come on, man. You can do better than that. Wu-Tang. Next. What do we... Oh, this is it. I found the debunking video. We'll get back to that. Oh, this is interesting. Because I never talked about the placebo effect. Did I? Yeah, we did at the beginning of the show. That's what we got from the government. The whole thing was a placebo. That's right. In the beginning of the show, I said it. If you think about it, our first injection of the placebo were the 3 videos, the Go Fast, the Tic Tac, and the gimbal. They gave us something which was nothing, just like giving us medication, which isn't medication, it's sugar. But we were happy, but you felt better. See the similarities? That's all we got. Damn it, I wanna say something positive about the field, but I really can't. Other than that, people are trying very hard to do shows, and see, I don't even like the fact that people are charging over $100 to hear something in a pay-per-view event that you've already heard. If you aren't bringing anything new, there's no reason for you to be charging for that. And you know what? The people who are paying for it are just paying for it because they like the person. I hope that never happens to GUFON. I don't want you to buy anything I'm selling if it isn't worth it. And so far, that's why you have not had to pay for anything. Nothing. Nothing. I don't feel like that. Hey, there may be merchandise coming. I know I get emails all the time. Do you have any mugs? Do you have any shirts? Do you have any hats? Well, possibly coming. I was supposed to do it in July. Didn't do it. And then I went against it. I'm like, no. I feel like I'm giving my audience a reason to hate me. That's why. But I want a GUFON mug. Right. And then when you disagree with something I said, you go to drink out of that mug one day and you hate me. No. Because everybody eventually winds up disgusted with what I'm saying. Right? Isn't that true? That's why we can't grow. It's just like, 2 out, 2 in all the time. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I said it at the beginning of the show. I can't change who I am. I'm done trying. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I don't think I'm being a bully. I don't think I'm being mean. I think I'm just being factual. I'm giving my opinion. And I feel that I'm right in a lot of these things. And when I'm wrong, I admit it and apologize. I have no problem doing that. It's just, it's frustrating. I don't know why people should be able to get away with what they're doing and nobody saying anything about it. I think it's wrong. So, there. That so was allowed. I'm just telling you, man. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's watch this. VFX artist debunks Pentagon UFO videos. I will just play the important parts. It's pretty good, actually. I will play the important parts.
UAP's unidentified aerial phenomenon. It's totally more accurate because it's with a real camera. I haven't seen any of these videos, and it's mostly just because I saw like a screenshot of one. I'm like, okay, same old thing, here's a dot, Mass Effect.
So what does it say? Is it a flying triangle alien?
Well, it seems to grow and shrink like an iris is adjusting or something like that. That's what I see. Okay, so this guy literally held his phone up to his night vision monocular, all right? And those little white specks are the sensor of this night vision camera, kind of fritzing out a little bit with noise. Okay, I see a bokeh. Bokeh's, okay, so when you see something that's out of focus in the background, basically it's the shape of the iris of a lens. All the light is forced through the iris that's in front of your sensor. And whatever the shape of that iris is the shape your bokeh is going to be. Seems like this is maybe a triangular iris?
Three-bladed iris.
A three-bladed iris.
All right, so they agree that this is bokeh, and they're explaining how, just like Mick West did, how bokeh is being used with these monoculars and so on. You get the triangle effect. Next, they did which did a really good job on this. The next one is the Go Fast, and they do an exceptional job. A lot of people think this is the only one I should have shown you. Well, actually, the gimbal's pretty good too, so I'll do the best I can to play the whole video without getting in trouble, but here's this one.
It's how many pixels is that? Maybe a collection of up to 12 individual pixels? You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot to work with here. It's just, here's a dot. that's flying around.
I have a pretty strong theory of what's going on here. This is one of the more interesting ones. It's not so obvious like, oh, it's an out of focus object. Like this is interesting, but I think this is just a trick of parallax motion.
God. I've already played too much. Here, he's going to show you how parallaxing works.
Locked to that point in the ocean like a gimbal, and so it feels like we're sitting still, but we're not. The camera's just tracking that one spot so it can stay locked there. And then we see a bird fly by. It looks like the bird's flying really fast. But imagine for a minute, if you will, and you have a bird up in the air, and we have an airplane going 300 miles an hour, 400 miles an hour, and the bird is flying in the opposite direction of the airplane. All right, so you see this little thing go zoom across the screen. Not because the bird's going 300 miles an hour, because they're going 300 miles an hour. And it makes it look like they're going super, super fast. And let's do a little experiment here. Sam, I want you to be the bird here, okay? I have it on the end of this stick. It's a little yellow bird. And I'm gonna be the airplane. And I just wanna see what happens to the background. Okay, lock on, here we go. 3, 2, 1, action. All right, so Sam didn't even move. That bird's going so fast.
It does look like it's moving.
Yep.
Anyway, the rest of the video, the link will be in the description. I thought it was a much longer video, but they pretty much debunked everything. Even the gimbal, which, just go click on their link. That's Corridor Crew. And that is VFX Artists Debunk Pentagon UFO video. It's pretty good. Pretty simple, pretty easy to debunk. Nothing magical happened. See, this is why I'm a little frustrated, and you have to understand, seeing these videos duplicating UFO videos that we're told are legitimate UFOs when they're not, should tell you that something is wrong with the whole field. We're just giving a placebo. That's it. It'll make you feel good because you think you're seeing something, and then you'll realize that that something was nothing. And then when that happens, you'll get your symptoms, you'll get your negativity, you'll feel skeptical again until the next video comes out, and so on and so on and so forth. And that's just the way it is. Right? Never goes away. What is this? Oh, yeah. Let me pull this up here. All right. While you watch... I have a tweet? Hold on. Huh. Let me see something. Here's a tweet from Alien Scientist. This comes from Haley. In case you were planning on watching Netflix's new top secret UFO projects declassified, here's an actual sentence spoken in the 3rd episode. The most convincing testimony related to reverse engineering is that of Bob Lazar. Gambit replied to that and said, turned it off right there. Jimmy Toucan said, ugh. And Lou Ferreira says, why are you against Lazar? Somebody should smack that guy. You understand? Should be. What is this? Oh my God, this is amazing. There's another one from Summoning the Shift. Half the... There's evidence that some aliens are not all powerful, personally speaking. So he knows that some aliens are not all powerful. Does that mean he knows all aliens? Shh. Shut up. Then he continues on. If they were all powerful, there would be no reason to run from me, right? Why not just dematerialize? The encounter was potentially staged by the being or conjured up by an additional intelligence. I got nothing. With that kind of comment, that tweet right there, you don't say a word. No reason to reply to that. But that's what we're up against. Cuckoo. What is this? No. Nope. Not doing that one. What's this? The Black Vault. Oh, well, this is interesting. He tweeted today, the UFO topic should be nonpartisan. That's a good one. No, there's more. That's a good one, though. Started out right at the gate with that. Hold on. Let me catch my breath. For those chastising that this network or that journalist is covering it, realize you're showing your disregard for the deliverance of truth and rather your preference for the delivery of only the message you want in only the way you want it. That's true. We said that here. I just said that. I said that a few minutes ago. If you're not happy, right? You'll ask the hard questions. Remember, I was saying that earlier? But if they're your friends, you won't ask the hard questions. Same thing. Same thing. God, I'm so nasally. Why do, the sound of my own voice just like nails on a chalkboard. But it's interesting that the Black Vault would say that because all that guy does is bring out, well, not all he does. He does FOIA requests. Freedom of Information Act requests on documents and ufology. But he has an opinion too. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Twitter was on fire today. Paul, I don't know who, he says, and I quote, "So, I just listened to the latest That UFO podcast, and Bob Fish is saying the same thing Tom DeLonge and Lou Elizondo have mentioned, that UFOs are interdimensional, not from space. So, if that's the case, we're possibly looking at 2 disclosures at some point?" Oh, God. 2 disclosures. Can you believe this guy? You can only get pregnant one at a time, right? You can't get pregnant and then 5 months into the pregnancy, get pregnant again. Okay? You can't have 2 disclosures. Disclosure. That includes that second one you're talking about. There's only 1 disclosure. After that, everything else is part of the disclosure. But if we discovered that aliens are interdimensional, not from space, where do you think that where do you think the other dimension is? It's in space. It's in space and time. Am I wrong? What do we got here? What do we got? Nothing there. All right. What's this? Alien scientist. Oh, I see what happened here. Alien scientist tweeted today, I believe that 99% of it is us and our technology. I like this part. That Skinwalker Ranch is an electronic and psychological weapons test range, and that ETs and paranormal bullshit have been effectively used as a cover story for decades, leaving the public baffled, terrified, and confused. I couldn't disagree more. Alien scientist. I have to disagree. To a point. And then I'll explain. Long before Bigelow and the boys bought the ranch over at Skywalker, long before they purchased that, the tribes, the Indians, the indigenous, whatever, have complained about Skinwalker. Strange things happening there for many, many moons, generations. Now, to get to what you're saying, yeah, you would think they are covering it up. However, they went there with the intentions of trying to figure out what's going on over there. I don't think that they went there knowing what to expect. They only know what they heard from the previous owner. So whether it was an electronic and psychological weapons test range, I think they went there with that intention. That if there is and are or were that type of activity there, maybe they could use it somehow in the battlefield. Maybe they could harness this paranormal energy. So I think they went there with the psychological weapons idea. I do. I think they, I don't know, man. I don't think they found shit. Because a lot of the people that worked there, not a lot, a few of the guys that worked there had come out and said there was nothing there. I think Erica Lukes' husband worked there? Or was a part of that team? Yeah, I'm not so sure. But somebody's husband worked there who has a podcast. And I think it was hers. I see in the chat room. Trying to see what you guys are talking about, but it's hard. It's not easy to keep up with the chat room and try to keep the thought in my head at the same time. All right, we got one more. One more tweet. Who is this? I don't know. There was nothing with it. Nothing there. Let's get rid of that. Is that it? Oh, here we go. No, no. No. This is so weird. All of those videos that I had about 6 that were older, over 3 years old, from news. And I forwarded everything to my email, so when I come and start the show, I'd get them all up, and Here's the video that you've all been waiting for. This hovering UFO over Alaska. It's the thumbnail for tonight's show. Right? I know. I didn't pull it up. Hold on. That is weird. Why didn't I do that? Yeah, that's not like me. Yeah, that is weird. Here's the thumbnail. Should have been right behind me the whole show. So this object over my shoulder here that you're going to see, this here, will be in the video you're going to watch. Here's the video in 3, 2, go. So is it a dirty iceberg? A UFO hovering over the water? Or is it parallaxing? It's not parallaxing, that's moving. And then if you look on the side over here, I'm thinking this is an iceberg moving down the river. It doesn't look like a UFO, but there seems to be strange white things. Is this ice on the side? Why is it? I guess the icebergs are flat sometimes. Is this a barge? Does anybody know? Exactly, Matthew. Exactly. Why even show that? You're right. Do you know what it is? That's why we showed it, because it's part of what's going on in ufology. And when you do a 2-hour show every single night of the week, sometimes you show a lot of stuff. Even the controversial stuff like this. Sure, I know that's not a UFO, of all things. But why show it? To teach people what to look for. That's why. So I'm glad you're learning. So you can see here at the bottom, this looks like it was part of a landmass. Let me tell you something. Always go with your instincts. That's what I've learned. If it looks like a duck, acts like a duck, it's not a UFO. Capiche? That's all. That's it. And remember, 99.9% of the time, you're going to be right. It's not going to be a real UFO. Even that little 1/100th of a percent isn't even, it's 1/100th of a percent. All right. Yeah. I got to show you one thing before we get out of here. This lady who says she gave birth to aliens from the what do you call it show? Behavior panel. This is actually pretty entertaining. I learned a lot on this one. I think you will too. So let's watch this. Oh, did I miss it? Hellfire Studios with a $2 super chat. Grazie, mucho gusto, generoso. I appreciate that support. Thank you very, very much. Happy Sunday, bud. You too, man. Hey, for those of you who work tomorrow, like regular jobs, 9 to 5s, just remember, Friday is only 4 days away. So tomorrow is really like Tuesday, which has no feel. But just remember, once Monday's over, the rest of the week, it's all downhill. I mean, uphill. But I mean, it goes by fast. Thank you, Hellfire Studios. Mucho generoso. Why even show that? Is that what that guy just said? Why even acknowledge? Here we go.
We thought it'd be a great story. All right, let's get started.
Before I sat down with Jane, she voluntarily sat a lie detector test, or polygraph. She underwent this test 3 times.
Have you been part of an alien breeding program?
Yes. There are 3 important questions. Did you meet an alien? Do you have part alien children? Have you been part of an alien breeding program? No deception was indicated. So, as I would expect.
All righty.
No deception was indicated? She tricked the polygraph. Check this out.
Who wants to go first? Greg?
Yeah, polygraphs anyway. A polygraph's as good as the person who's actually administering it. They're really interrogators with
That's
props.
true.
And we'll all talk about that one, I'm sure, today. But she's sitting there braced, ready for whatever he's going to ask. Her flutter of her eyelids as she starts into that thing. You can see she's gripping, her chin drops to cover her throat. She's protecting vital organs.
Which one?
She's clearly affected by the fight or flight. And then my favorite is when they get to ask her or to say, you took this polygraph, and she's waiting. She's braced again for the worst. You're not telling the truth. But instead, they say you passed. Well, again, a polygraph is as good as the person administering.
That's true. That was their polygraph guy that they hired. You'd think they would want a debunker, but we'll learn a lot from this. I'm going to fast forward to the next video that she's talking on. I like that they continue where they left off by showing us the clip all over again and then adding the new.
Have you been part of an alien breeding program? No deception was indicated. So, as I would expect.
Here we go. Here's the
Nothing
second.
to do on this one.
Jane's first experience with aliens, or greys as she calls them, happened when she was a toddler.
I was in a white painted cot and I pulled myself up and looked up into the beautiful eyes. I thought him as the man with cow eyes at that age.
Did he talk to you in English?
In English, yes. In language I would understand, but telepathically, no sound. And I found instinctively that I could talk back to him the same way. It was just there. We went up into a spaceship. We went into, if I think back.
Right there. We went up into a spaceship. Well, and then she's reaffirming it. I haven't watched all of this, so I don't know what they're going to say yet. But that's interesting, the way she didn't, I don't know why she would do that. It was just odd why she had to confirm it with the person asking the questions again.
Painted cot and I pulled myself up and looked up into the beautiful eyes. I thought him as the man with cow eyes at that age.
Did he talk to you in English?
In English, yes. In language I would understand, but telepathically, no sound. And I found...
In language that I would understand, no sound. She said in English, and then again has to confirm it with herself or with anybody listening, that not only was it English, but it was a language I could understand. Yeah, you just said that. No reason to say it again. See how she's doing that? It's very odd. That's deception.
Instinctively that I could talk back to him the same way. It was just there. We went up into a spaceship.
The nervous laugh. We went up into a spaceship. And then she crunched her nose. That's right. I didn't want to rewind it.
But telepathically, no sound. And I found instinctively that I could talk back to him the same way. It was just there. We went up into a spaceship. We went into, if I think back then, rather as an adult looking back, we went into a brown silver room and I lay on a table that was cold and above me was pictures of I now know.
She did the Jesus hands, if you haven't noticed.
Pictures of my organs, but I had no idea what was going on. There were just things in the air. And I would now translate that or describe that as a hologram. Though at my age, I don't think holograms existed then.
Okay.
So there were pictures of her organs. She said as an adult looking back, she could only surmise that it was holographic images, like when you go to a doctor's office and they put your x-ray up on the thing so you could see what they're talking about. That's what she is thinking she's seeing. Several pictures of her intestines. Now, mind you, she said she's a toddler. Toddlers are 1, 2, maybe 3, right? Come on. A toddler? Bullshit. And she, just to me, her body language is off. It just doesn't match. She is a nervous wreck. I don't know how she passed that polygraph test.
Okay. Chase, what do you got?
This was great. She starts off with a very vivid description of the crib, a white painted crib. She's looking up in these big, giant cow eyes, and it's very visual. And this may be a real dream that she'd had. This is the most vivid description that she offers throughout the entire interview. And after she is saying each one of these little pieces of the story, she does something called a confirmation glance to make sure that the interviewer is still buying the story.
Oh.
And this nervous laughter at the end of each one of them, you notice that.
That's it. That's what it is. The confirmation. She did that. She went, like, she kept looking at, and so we went up into the craft. You know? Yeah. Confirmation glare.
We didn't see that anywhere else. And we don't see it later on when she's not really emotional, not trying to sell anything. The only honest part of this interview, in my opinion, is when she's talking about her own children, her real human children, not the human.
Child, let me do, she gets 0 approval back and she instantly crumbles.
Why?
And produces that
confirmation glance. And this, you notice, I'm not trying to sell.
Okay. All right. Mark, what do you got?
Yeah, so to pick up on that, there's that moment where she looks for approval on, we went up into a spaceship.
Yeah, that's the confirmation glance. And the lady, the person asking her the question, she let her talk. She just let her, like, she didn't interrupt. She didn't show that she was like shaking her head yes. So the person who's asking the questions, the interviewer, was literally just doing her job, not trying, like when you go see a psychic and the psychic's like, you know, I'm getting, and you're nodding your head and I'm feeling like Johnny came back and he used to love baseball and you're shaking your head yes. Well, don't do that. And that's what this interviewer was doing, just stoic. Very smart. Oh, yeah, so I think Scott here, Mark Bauer was going to tell us about how she didn't get, oh, I don't know. Well,
she looks for approval. And because the interviewer here is hard as nails with her, my assumption is she gets 0 approval back.
Yes.
And she instantly crumbles.
Yes, that's what we just
produces
said.
that laughter in order to brush that aside and then do a rationalization of it.
Right, that's what she did. She kept rationalizing everything she said.
And to say, well, you know, that's what, as an adult, I say it is. As a child, let me describe to you where I was, which sounds to me like some kind of doctor's office of some
okay, I didn't
sort.
think of that.
A brown room with some lights and with some pictures of organs. You know, kind of like you'd go if you went to a doctor's or a trainee doctor or, you know, any kind of medical place, you're probably going to see some of that stuff.
So as a toddler, as a 2 to 3 year old, she thinks she's being abducted by aliens and took this with her throughout her life. And now is a 50-something-year-old woman on TV talking about how she was abducted by aliens when she was a toddler. Of course, it happened throughout her life, but come on, man. All right, let's listen to one more view. Let's hear what she says one more time.
Sound. And I found instinctively that I could talk back to him the same way. It was just there. We went up into a spaceship. Well, no, we went into, if I think back then, rather as an adult.
We went up into a spaceship. No. Well, if I think about it, come on, lady. That's not how you tell the truth.
Looking back, we went into a brown silver room and I lay on a table that was cold, and above me was pictures of I now know, pictures of my organs, but I had no idea what was going on.
How does she now know that? Maybe she tells it later.
They were just things in the air. And I would now translate that or describe that as a hologram. Though at my age, I don't think holograms existed then.
Yeah. All right, everybody good?
Yeah.
All good.
Next.
Let's move on.
How long do you think you were away at this particular point in time? Didn't your mother miss you?
Well, that's a good point. They definitely do something to us, as in the abductees, for want of another word, experiences. They either hypnotise us, either chemically or in some other way. I mean, we have a drug called midazolam on Earth. It's similar to only having a light dose of that. And Mum just didn't wake up. And I think they do something to the people around you.
So, drink. You were missing for 3 days. Weren't people worried about you? Well, I guess they drugged everybody and they slept for 3 days. They do something. They do something. I don't know. All I know is nobody knew I was gone. When we left, it was March 8th. When we got back, it was the 12th. Look, back then I was a toddler. I couldn't even tell time. 3 days, 5 days a year, Christmas. I don't even know who I am. Self-awareness, I don't even know I'm a baby. I don't even know I'm a human. And you're asking me these things. How do I know? Well, let me tell you how I know. Because they told me so. They said they put everybody to sleep. They did this, they did. They drugged everybody with heroin. Everybody got liquored up and had heroin. They were blitzed out of them. I had heroin as a toddler. I was just a tiny plump tyke. I was a tiny plump tyke.
2. I might have only been gone 10 minutes. I have no idea. How do you tell time at that age?
All right, Greg, what do you got?
I was just kidding about that. Holy shit, that's funny. I never even played that before. All right, let's hear what these guys have to say. Who's up? Scott, you go first.
Well, first of all, how do you tell time at that
Okay, Greg, you go.
age? Well, how do you know what hologram, all that stuff, everything that she just keeps bringing up. Again, accessing the same place consistently. Usually a good indicator if I'm asking you a question and you're running through it. There are a couple of other just stammers. My favorite is, that's a good point. That's anytime you're asking somebody and you got them on the ropes, they're looking for space. That's a great one. That's a distance. That's a give me time and space to be.
All right, you guys can watch the rest of that. The link will be in the description if you're interested. It's good so far. So take a look. That's from the behavior. The behavior panel. I always say behavioral. You know, like a schmo. What's today? Sunday, right? It is Sunday. And you know what that means, right? I know. Me too. Sad. Sad. Yeah, we gotta go. It's time to go. Yes, it is. What is this? Hold on, what is this? What is that? How did I get this on my computer? That is odd. I don't remember downloading any of this stuff. But this I did. All right, everybody, that's it for tonight. We're done. So look. I know, the screens aren't working. I can't get anything going. Come on! Jesus H. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. And get this off. Thank you, moderators and super chatters. Thank you all for the support tonight. I appreciate it. You guys keep the show running smoothly. and you keep me afloat. If you want to help support GUFON so we can stay full-time, you can use PayPal, Cash App, become a patron, and or Super Chat or Super Sticker. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, newcomers and veterans, for giving the show a chance. I appreciate you coming back, veterans. And I appreciate it if you did resubscribe or subscribe, because we definitely need it. It's the only way we're going to be taken seriously when we get to 10,000 subs. I don't know, that's the rule. But we're 2 years away from that at this rate. But thank you very much. Appreciate everything you've done. And like it, subscribe it, share it. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. I'm Rich Giordano. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. Good night, everybody.